This Audi A4 here was going to be scrapped if no one saved it. The advert literally said, if this car isn't picked up within a week, it's going to be scrapped. So I have bought it, I have saved it from the scrapyard, but it has failed its MOT quite miserably. So in today's video, we're going to see if we can get it through its MOT, fix all those problems, and it might cost less than you think. And we're going to be doing that using eBay Assured Fit. So the listing when I bought this car, it said the engine, gearbox, clutch, it all drives fine. So it was definitely worth saving. I'm going to put the failure sheet up now. It looks quite bad. It could be quite overwhelming, I guess. There's a lot of things on there, a lot of advisories as well. But if you break it down, it's mainly just suspension. And I think we can sort that pretty cheaply. So first thing I want to do, make sure it starts, drives, runs absolutely fine. So we know that it is definitely worth saving. And to be fair, so far, I've got an engine light on as well, but the engine seems to run okay, so we'll have a look at that. It's just... clutch seems good, engine seems really nice. Just make sure the turbo works, it pulls, it boosts. I'll tell you what, headlining's a bit sag, but I'll tell you what, that drives beautifully. Could do with a set of wipers. Oh, bit of a knock there on the suspension. I could hear that on the near side front. But the engine seems strong. Clutch is good. Gearbox seems fine. It's smooth. Pulls well. It seems absolutely fine. And it seems like a complete waste to send this to the scrapyard for some suspension parts. We should be really saving these cars if we can, because I don't know about you, but modern cars are a pain. They're just so frustrating, so annoying. Every time you get in a new car now, you've got to turn off 5 things. Oh, there you can hear the suspension. You've got to turn off 5 things before you even set off driving, because it will try and tug you into a bush with a lane assist, or it tells you you're not looking at the road when you are, or you're going 2 miles an hour over the speed limit, and the speed limit, it's got the speed limit wrong. It's just infuriating, and that's just driving it. Not to mention the hybrid, the technology, everything's always a fault. Bring back cars like this that just get in, they work, you drive them, and it only costs you 400 quid. So let's get this in the workshop and have a look what we need. And wiper blades are crucial, especially in the winter when it rains all the time. Now eBay are doing 20% off selected items on their winter essentials. I'm going to put the link in the description for that, so go check out what you can get for your car. So after doing a light check, the only bulb we've got out is an offside front side light bulb. And I didn't realise the car's actually got xenons lit, which is a great option actually. That would have been quite expensive when this was new. Just a side light bulb in there. You can't see it underneath the xenons there, but that's easy enough to do. I can now work through the list and see what it failed on. And we're going to start, obviously, engine management light, yep, that's fine. Offside front position light, yep, mentioned that already. Near side rear coil spring fractured. You can't quite, well, you might be able to see it actually. You can see the top of the spring there is broken, so we need a new near side rear coil spring. That's fine. Next on the list, offside front lower suspension arm no longer prevents the ingress of dirt. We can see that quite clearly there. Look, it's completely split. Near side front lower suspension arm ball joint no longer prevents the ingress of dirt. I think that one's a bit of a stretch. I mean, that's an advisory. It's not split, it's just perished. That you can see it is preventing the ingress of dirt there, so it's a bit of a con, that one. Offside front lower anti-roll bar excessively worn. Yeah, you can see that. Look, it's come off its little mountains there. The bush has perished. What else we got? And then we've got offside rear anti-roll bar dust cover and near side rear anti-roll bar dust cover, and they are those two there. Look, you can just see the cover has come off just at the top. Again, it's a bit of a stretch. I mean, it has come off, so you can argue it isn't preventing the ingress of dirt, but there we go. And then quickly just through the advisories. I mean, it says advisory because of an oil leak. I mean, come on. The engine's bone dry, it's perfect. So that's a bit of a stretch. I don't see an oil leak or any remnants of an oil leak at all. It's really, really good condition. Tyres are all pretty much brand new, so that's good as well. And then we've just got all this front suspension, just the boots are perished basically, just like I showed you on that one. They're all perished. But the good news is we can get a full kit to replace absolutely everything on the front, so that is fine. It just begs the question, like, it's such minor stuff, like why are we scrapping a car for that? It seems to drive really nice. It seems a really nice car. The underside of here is so clean for a 20-year-old car. They've put down that the rear subframe's corroded, but that subframe is in better condition than most 8-year-old cars. I mean, it is slightly rusty, but it's in really, really good condition considering its age. Like, most of it still has its original paint on, so yeah, it's a bit of a stretch calling that that badly corroded when it's not. So yeah, the rest of the car's in really good condition. There's no rust on the seals. The seals are all lovely. Exhaust system pretty much brand new. Well, not brand new, but it's really, really clean for its age, and that's what I'm getting at. Same with the engine, as I said. No signs of an oil leak at all. I mean, if you're going to say that, then yeah. But it's really nice under here. So it's looking like just a few minor things. Full suspension, front suspension, yes, but we do have a kit to do all that. Now these bolts are notorious for being seized in there, purely because it's steel bolts in an aluminium housing, so they just corrode to it. Ow, that really hurt my hand. Oh. Bearing in mind there's no nut on here, so this should, in theory, just turn. Is it turning? Oh, it is. It is. Luckily, I don't have to worry about burning the rubber boots because we're replacing those arms anyway. Right, this bolt I'm going to have to just remove the two top arms and possibly just remove the whole suspension, which means taking off the caliper, taking out the drive shaft, because that ain't coming out. I think it's just a locating down. Oh God, yeah, there we go. Right. Luckily I'd unbolted everything because that would have broken whatever I hadn't. So there we go, look. Everything that we're replacing is now external to the car and should be a lot easier to do. Right. So the theory is this will now all be a lot nicer to do and hopefully easier too. I do not see how I'm supposed to do that. So that's the near side front suspension all done, all changed, and it took me around about 3.5, 4 hours probably. Again, that's because I haven't done one before, so I was just working out the best way to do it. Now I'm going to do the offside front. I'm going to do it as quick as possible. Obviously, I don't have to film as much, and I reckon I can smash it all out in just over an hour. So I'm all poised, wheel gun at the ready. I'm going to start. It's 10:15. Let's go. And that's because the last clip you'd have seen was me saying I'm going to do this in just over an hour. And it's now 5:03 on the same day, and I'm nowhere near. And it's all down to the bolt inside here. I spent 2.5 hours trying to get this bolt out this morning. Hole punches, hammers, bolts, hammering, trying to get it out. Heated it up 100 times. Put WD-40 down there. You name it, I've done it. I even drilled it out as well. Don't know if you better see it, but there's a hole all the way through it. There's some swarf in there, but there's a 8mm hole going pretty much all the way through it. And guess what? I still can't hammer it out. It still will not come out. And I've tried so much, got very angry, I ended up breaking it. So just where I've had it in the vice, look, damaged it here, another bit around the back here. But the bit that's put the nail in the coffin is where I've drilled through my 8mm drill bit. Obviously, it's quite long, so you need to get it bang on. Seeing there, like, I've just drilled through the casing a little bit. And because of that, it's now pretty much useless. So I've had to order another one of these, or a new one of these, sorry, from eBay. Again, that'll be here hopefully tomorrow, but worst case Wednesday. And I ordered a new wheel bearing as well, just because it was 20 quid. While we're here, we may as well just do that. However, even though that's quite bad news, there is some good news. And that is, obviously, while I'm waiting for the parts, I thought I'd have a quick look at the engine management light, and I got a code for EGR signal incorrect. So I thought I'd take it off. Really accessible EGR valve on this, but I did notice it looks fairly new, like brand new. So I was just having a look around, checking everything, and I went to check the plug for it and noticed that the plug wasn't all the way on. So as I've done that, it's come off. Put my hand on there, it's come off. So I've just clicked it in properly. Now it's tight. I did try and clear the codes initially and it wouldn't clear. But since plugging that plug in properly, cleared the codes, and there's now no codes on the car. So really happy with that. And I've just also pulled out the side light as well. So I'm going to change that quickly, put that back in. Once that's done, we are then just waiting for a new hub knuckle to get this ready for MOT. But again, just looking in the engine bay quickly, how clean it is. For a 20-year-old car, it is just remarkably, everything's just really clean. So I think this has just been well looked after in its past. The old wheel bearing has issues anyway, it's got play in it, so it's well worth changing. There you go. Easy as that. And then we'll get the new bearing and just press it onto this hub. Oh, there we go. And now there's no play at all. All good. So the new steering knuckle has turned up, and I've just fitted all the suspension parts to it, including the new wheel bearing. It's ready to go back in the car. I've got an MOT in an hour and a half, so you've seen me put one side together. I'm just going to plop this side together, and next clip you'll see is hopefully just driving down to MOT in good time. So let's have a quick recap of what's been done. We have two new anti-roll bar drop links on the rear. We have a new near side rear coil spring in there too. Working our way down the front, we've got all new suspension on the near side front, along with new disc and pads on the front, and the same offside front suspension all now done as well. Underneath looks really clean for a 20-year-old car, so I think we are good to go. And all these parts were bought using eBay Assured Fit. And here she is in all her glory, now nice and clean and past MOT with absolutely zero advisories, complete clean bill of health. Now, unfortunately last night, by the time I'd got it washed and got back from MOT, it was dark, so I couldn't film anything then. But yeah, it looks really clean now actually. It's it's a really nice car. I've had the car completely valeted on the interior as well, look. Had the seats all cleaned, and it's now a really clean car. I mean, just look, I mean, the back looks pretty much brand new. So guys, I mean, that is the car mechanically sound. We're going to tot up how much it cost in a second, but I am actually really happy with this car. So let's just go for a quick little drive. When I first got this, it felt like a 1.9 PD because it sounds like a 1.9 PD. It runs really nice for a 2-litre diesel. When I used to work at Audi Volkswagen, these 2-litre diesels were notorious for just running lumpy on idle. But this runs lovely. And it feels and sounds like a 1.9 PD. And it drives really nice as well. And as I said, it's now past MOT with absolutely zero advisories. As I just said, when we get back, I'll just tot up exactly what it's cost. But it's not cost much at all. And it just goes to show, like, you can have a failure sheet. And I guess the person that owned this car before just saw like 7 failures, 8 advisories and gone, oh my God, that's going to cost way too much to fix. I'm just going to get rid of the car or scrap it. And you could forgive him for why he come to that conclusion, but it just goes to show that a couple of things might not cost as much as you think. And I've actually really enjoyed doing this car because it feels like not a bit of a full circle moment, but it's like one of the reasons I started the channel in the first place. This is literally the definition of saving salvage. If I hadn't have found this car on eBay, this car could well have been scrapped by now and it would never see the light of day again. In reality, it's a really clean car. Way too clean to scrap. And with a little bit of TLC and a couple of parts, it's now got 12 months MOT with no advisories. And we shouldn't be scrapping these cars if we don't need to. Because it's a really nice car. And as I said, someone's going to win it for free. Look, I appreciate, I can't say thank you to, I mean, I've nearly been doing the channel now for nearly 7 years in a couple of months. And I know all I can say is thank you to each and every one of you that subscribed, that watch the videos. If I can give back a little bit, I will. And if someone, it's going to be impossible for me to know who genuinely needs a car. But as I said, just head over to Compete for Cars. The tickets are going to be 0p and I'll run it for 2 days, and whoever many people enter, I'll just do a random draw at the end of it and someone can just come and pick up this car and just take it and put 12 months at least life back into it on the road. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a few cosmetic things like the headlining could do with sticking back up, but it's not, I don't think it's a massive job. The cup holder needs replacing, and there's a few buttons that need replacing, but once they're done, it's a really clean car. Bumper's a bit scuffed at the back, but again, I'll leave that to the new owner. It's nothing major. I've done all the mechanical work, so if they want to do a little bit of cosmetic work, then it's up to them, of course. So let's go through the breakdown of full costings. The car was only £400. The suspension, the front suspension was actually £101 because I got a discount voucher on it. The front brakes were and the rear brakes, 202. So the rear disc and pads I'll put in the car because they don't need them, so they're there for the next owner. The hub was, the steering knuckle on the offside was £93. The wheel bearing was £23, and then miscellaneous I've just put, so we've got the near side rear coil spring, the 2 rear drop links, and the side light bulb was a combined £108. So if we total all that up, it's not much at all, well less than what it's worth. And that gives us a total of £927. Now I haven't included the MOT or the valet because that's just stuff that every car has to go through. It's not really a direct cost of repair. So under £1,000 for that car with all those new parts, engine run sweet, years MOT with no advisories, that is well worth doing. I mean, the car is probably worth about 1,600 quid, so we're well under budget there. So was the A4 worth saving? 100% it was worth saving. It turned out to be a really nice car, but it quite easily could have been an absolute dog. And that is the risk that you take when you turn up to buy these salvage cars or crash damage cars or non-runners or MOT failures. It's always the risk you take, as long as it hasn't been categorised incorrectly, of course. But yeah, I could have turned up to buy that car and it could have been engine rattling, engine management light could have been something far worse, or it just could have cost far more to fix. But I probably had the best case scenario. It just goes to show that a really daunting failure and advisory list turned out to cost less than £500, well, just over £500 to fully fix with no advisories. So really happy with this video, all in one video, start to finish. I have actually really enjoyed it. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I actually quite enjoyed working on the A4. A little bit frustrating doing that bolt, very annoying actually, but we got there in the end and saved the car from going to the scrapyard, most importantly, that doesn't deserve to. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to head over to eBay to see what parts you can get for your car using eBay Assured Fit, and also check out their Winter Essentials offer, which is 20% off until the 20th of February next year. The links are all in the description. Cheers guys.